Hey, welcome. Today we're going to talk about a super powerful but honestly often overlooked tool for managing type 2 diabetes, and that is weightlifting. Now, this is about so much more than just getting bigger muscles. It's about fundamentally rewiring how your body manages blood sugar. So, let's dive in. So let me ask you this. If I say exercise for diabetes, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it walking? Cycling? Maybe swimming? And hey, if you said yes, you are definitely not alone. That's great advice, but it's really only half of the story. Today, we're going to explore the other, incredibly important half of that equation. You know, for anyone managing type 2 diabetes, life can feel like this constant, delicate balancing act. And finding the right tools, the ones that are not only effective but also sustainable, well, that's the absolute key to tipping those scales in your favor for good. And that brings us right here to our main event. Resistance training. Just think of this as the high-impact power tool that might just be missing from your diabetes management toolkit. So, how does this really stack up against good old cardio? Well, cardio is awesome for burning calories while you're doing it. But the real magic of weightlifting is what happens after you're done. By building muscle, you're basically turning your body into a metabolic engine that burns more calories all the time. We're talking 24/7, even when you're asleep. Okay, let's get into the core science of why this is so incredibly effective. It really all boils down to one critical concept: insulin sensitivity. So what on earth is insulin sensitivity? Well, in the simplest terms, it's just how well your body's cells listen to the instructions from insulin. The more sensitive they are, the better your body is at managing blood sugar with a lot less effort. So our goal here is to make our bodies more sensitive to insulin. And this is how it works. It's a really powerful and direct chain reaction. So you lift weights. Right away, your muscles are screaming for energy in the form of glucose. To get it, they pull that glucose straight out of your bloodstream. That simple action trains your body to use glucose way more efficiently, which directly improves your insulin sensitivity. It's that simple. Now, the real-world impact of this is just huge. Better sensitivity often means your blood sugar levels are way more stable, day in and day out. For some people, and this is always after talking with their doctor, it can even mean they might need less medication over time. And it goes way beyond just blood sugar. Weightlifting literally builds a stronger, more resilient body from the inside out. This isn't just about looking more toned. It's about creating a much healthier metabolic environment overall. See, as we all get older, we face something called sarcopenia, which is just a fancy term for the natural loss of muscle mass. The big problem here is that less muscle can actually lead to higher insulin resistance. It creates this really challenging cycle, especially for those with type 2 diabetes. And weightlifting? It's the most direct and effective counterattack we have against that. It doesn't just put the brakes on muscle loss. It can actually reverse it, helping you build brand new, metabolically active muscle. And having more muscle creates this fantastic positive feedback loop. Your metabolism gets a boost, which makes it easier to manage your weight and promotes fat loss, and all of that helps your body regulate blood sugar even better. You see how it all connects? But wait, the benefits don't stop with your muscles and your metabolism. Now, you might not think of a bicep curl as cardio, but let me tell you, strength training gives your heart some pretty significant and often surprising benefits. When you train regularly, your heart gets stronger and way more efficient. That means it doesn't have to work as hard, which can lead to a lower resting heart rate and better blood pressure. And for anyone managing diabetes, this is absolutely critical because it directly tackles the increased risk of heart-related issues. So the physical benefits are clear, right? They're huge. But the impact doesn't stop there. The effect that weightlifting can have on your mental and emotional well-being is, I would argue, just as profound. Let's be real. Managing a chronic condition is stressful. The physical act of lifting weights is such a proven and powerful outlet for reducing that stress, for easing anxiety, and even for fighting back against symptoms of depression. And there's this unique power you feel from tangible progress, lifting a little bit heavier than last month, or just feeling yourself get stronger. That sense of accomplishment builds a kind of confidence that just spills over into every other part of your life. And that positive mindset isn't just some nice little bonus. It's essential. Feeling empowered, feeling like you're in control, that can transform the daily grind of diabetes management from a chore into a path you've chosen towards a stronger, healthier life. Okay, so I can almost hear you thinking, this all sounds amazing, but I've never lifted a weight in my life. Where in the world do I even begin? The key, the absolute #1 rule, is to start smart. We're not talking about going from zero to hero overnight. Start slowly, use lighter weights, and really focus on getting the form right to avoid injury. And please, always talk to your doctor before starting any new routine. If you can swing it, working with a certified trainer, even for a few sessions, can be a total game changer. The real secret here, it's all about consistency. This isn't about one heroic workout that leaves you sore for a week. It's about building a regular, sustainable routine. That is how you truly harness this transformative power. So we'll leave you with this thought. We've shown you the tool, we've explained its power. The only question left is, what will you choose to build with it? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.